So Charles Oliveira, right now the championship is vacant. There's no champion, but a lot of
Uh,
people still believe Charles Oliveira is the true champion of the division. Do you feel the same way?
yeah, he's a champion, but he have to show all these fighters, good example because he have to cut weight. He have to show 150 fight. That's why I I still thinking he's champion. He beat everyone.
I feel like you are the worst matchup for him in the lightweight division, but I also feel like he might be the worst matchup for you in the division. Do you feel the same way?
I'm worse match for the everyone because all these guys have problem with the wrestling. Like most guy in my division don't have good wrestling skills, and for me, I'm not like thinking it's gonna be like easy fight for me. I preparing for hard fight. I preparing for the 5 rounds. Doesn't matter where it's gonna be like grappling, striking, or wrestling match. I'm gonna be ready everywhere.
Do you feel like there's somebody in the division who is a worse matchup for you than he is?
Uh, I never think like this. Someone's gonna be worse match. I just believe my skills.
One man who's going to be fighting for the Bellator lightweight championship is Usman Nurmagomedov, who is very similar in height and range to Charles. Did he help you a lot in terms of your training for this event?
Honestly, he helped me a lot. We did many rounds in the cage, and I have couple more guys like similar like Charles Oliveira. I honestly I have great sparring partners in this camp.
I saw that on the Anatomy of a Fighter, documentary that Will Harris did. He went to Dubai. It looks like everybody's working so hard all the time. Does it become fun to have
Because
so much competition?
because we have no crazy coach Khabib right now with us. He push too much. Even today, when I have 10 days before the fight, he push us like because this guy have good experience in this sport. He give good energy in the team.
Does it become fun?
Everybody e- everybody ready to the fight tomorrow. Doesn't matter for the belt for how many rounds because last couple months everybody training so hard.
I apologize, I keep interrupting you. My main question is, though, because it's so hard and because the competition is so fierce all the time, does it become fun to just have all of these really high level guys push each other all the time? I'm sure at the beginning it's probably very hard, but once you become adjusted to it, does it become fun to have people push you to your limits?
This is not fun, when somebody like punch you in the cage, like when you have because I always did the sparring with other opponents. I always after second round I change the opponents because all these guys waiting for the rest, and after when I did some 2 rounds with other guys, new guys come to the cage. They all these guys push me so hard, and we help each other.
If you had to go 3 rounds in practice and it's a different person for all 3 rounds, what's the toughest 3 rounds that you could have? Who are those three that would push you the absolute hardest?
We have couple guys here. Usman give me always like not easy rounds. We have Sharip, Zainukov. We have other guys. His name Amar. We can watch all these guys fights. They like have good records in MMA, and they really good fighters. But no many people know these guys, but they're so tough.
I feel like we'll know them one day. True?
Yeah, one day everybody gonna know about these guys.
I don't know if Khabib has told you this, but is he more nervous for your fights than he was for his own?
Again, please.
I don't know if Khabib has mentioned this to you, but do you feel like he's more nervous when you fight than when he was fighting?
Yeah, Yeah, I think so because he is like nervous too much always, and when fight is beginning, he when we when we I was corner with him with when Tagir this fight in the UFC. He when he doesn't listen us, he goes so crazy, you know.
So you'll
That's
be
why
listening to Khabib.
he nourished too much, you know, because because we're not just teammates. He sit there, he know his brother fight there.
You're somebody who, if you look at the statistics in the UFC, you barely ever get hit. Like it's less than most heavyweights, and it's really quite an unbelievable amount that you're able to evade getting hit. What is your secret? Like how are you able to evade and be such a good defensive fighter?
I didn't understand, man.
Like if you look at your statistics, you barely ever get hit by your opponents. Like it's a very low number
Mm-hmm.
per 15 minutes that you're actually taking any damage. What's the key to your
Mm-hmm.
ability to be such a good defensive fighter?
You know, after when I retired, I want to like after this sport, I want a good career. That's why I don't miss too much punch, and because I choose easy way always. I know my wrestling skills better than all these fighters in my division, and I just take them down, hold them there. This is easy way, you know.
I saw Javier Mendez say that to you during Anatomy of a Fighter. He said, you know, we know what you're great at. You don't need to do anything aside from what you're is going to be the easiest way for you to win. Do you feel like a lot of fighters don't follow that advice and that they try to do more than they need to win in a fight?
Some fighters, yes, I saw some like fighters like honestly last Charles, the who beat Charles last time, Gage. He always try to all this. I was watch this fight. He all this fight he tried to knock him out. You know, he tried to land it hard punch always. That's why he's tired so fast. I think this is big mistake when you always go to the cage and try to land it some hard punch. Everybody gonna tired if you gonna like try to punch him hard.
One thing I thought Charles did really well in that fight was when he was hurt, he would go to his back, and Justin was not willing to follow him there. If that happens in your fight, you're going to be right there on the ground on top of him, right? I mean, that's what gives you such an
Of
advantage in
course,
this
I'm
matchup.
gonna smash him there. I'm gonna smash him there. You know, crush him there because this is this is big mistake when you knock him down. You you have to finish him there. You know, keep punching, and you have to show like ground and pound because there's all these guys scared to go to the ground with him. That's why this is big mistake for the Dustin Poirier, Justin Gage. They did some mistake, same mistake.
Now, you have one professional loss. Do you ever go back and watch that fight? Do you know what you did wrong in that? I mean, it was so long ago that I barely remember it, but do you remember what you did wrong in that fight?
That moment, I just thinking nobody can stop me, and I always, when fight is beginning, try to push my opponents, try to go always forward, landing some hard punch, and but this is MMA, small gloves, you know. I learned a lot after this fight.
Yeah, do you think that was the best thing that could have happened to you at that stage? It's a good teachable moment that you're not necessarily invisible and it allowed you to become a better defensive fighter?
But I learned a lot from this fight, but I don't wanna learn like this, you know. I don't wanna be, you know. Now after this fight, I just, you know, start slowly my fight, like try to feel the distance, all these things. But before, I just when they say start, I just go forward, try to push them, take them down. Just, you know, don't think about the plan.
Well, that was 7 years ago. You're on a roll right now, 10 in a row, and you're going to be facing Charles Oliveira in the main event of UFC 280. Always love watching you do your thing. Appreciate your time and look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Thank you, man.